Alright, and hello everybody, I'm the Sweeper27 and welcome to another Dokkan Battle video. If you didn't see the producer's letter, oh boy, are we global players cooking. OMATSU, I've defended you so many times, through so many fumbles. I have been your #1 defender since day one. Day one! Have I always validated every terrible decision you have ever made. And it was for this moment right here. We have a lot, and I mean a lot of good news that we can go over today. So this is going to be a little bit of a reaction. I have already seen it. I watched Truth's live stream because I don't know how to record at a reasonable hour. I'm actually going to momentarily move my PNG just so you guys can actually see what time I am recording this at. If I can... Why won't it let me move him? Oh, he's locked. Wait, no, he's not. Wait, why can I move you? Hello? Psych, never mind, I won't do that. But it is 1:43 a.m. in the morning, and I have to record another video after this because I'm not going to be able to record tomorrow. I actually have to bulk record. I have to do several uploads today. So, this is very, very exciting. We're going to kind of go through this. We'll listen some or whatever. I'm going to hope that it won't be too loud. Hopefully, we'll see. I might actually turn up my microphone input a little bit, and we'll also turn up this just a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this. So again, I will try to not talk over them unless there's a lot of really good stuff happening. I do also love, by the way, I want to say this. I think it is incredibly commendable that OMATSU is actually someone who is not a native English speaker at all. I believe he doesn't understand the language pretty much outside of this. So the fact that he's taking the time out of his own busy schedule to assumedly either learn very fundamental English or just learn how to memorize certain little speeches that he does for these presentations, I do think that's actually something that needs to be incredibly respected. I actually have a lot of respect for him because his English really isn't that bad, all things considered. It's quite easy to understand his pronunciations. So yeah, major dub to my goat. I love this guy. I do.
I'm OMATSU.
You know what we might do? Since we might do this.
I'm Ken, a member of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
And then hello Ken, lovely to have you here.
Today's video comes with subtitles again, so if you have trouble understanding English, please set a language from the video settings and turn the subtitles on.
Oh wait, really?
Are you enjoying Dokkan 9th Anniversary campaign?
Oh, that's cool actually.
Have you already recruited Gohan Beast and Gamma 1 and Gamma 2? The main
I haven't been able to play yet. I'm really sad about that.
Features various events based on the movie Dragon Ball Super Superhero, so
it's still in limbo whether or not I'll get my Dokkan account back.
This time, we're sharing with you even more details about the unification of operation schedules, which will begin with the worldwide campaign in August, so please watch until the end.
Like we said in Dokkan Special, today we'll share further details on the unification of operation schedules. First, take a look at this. Could you explain for us, Ken?
Okay, let's review what's been announced up till now about unification. Currently, the schedule for the release of new characters is delayed by 3 to 4 months from the Japanese version, but after the operation schedules are unified, the new characters, as well as the corresponding campaigns, events, and Extreme Z Awakening...
So yeah, they're pretty much just reiterating everything that we've been seeing throughout the rest of this year,
However,
or throughout the entirety of this year, I guess I should say.
Make some adjustments to the schedule to make the characters already available in the Japanese version, but not in the international version available by the end of the year. So please note that this means there may be adjustments to only the international version at the beginning of the transition.
Which, we knew that something like that was going to happen, that by the start of next year, they kind of soft confirmed it right there. I think they reiterated a little bit later in the video. But we will have, everything will be caught up by the start of 2025, which is very, very huge. So us global players, we're going to have a lot of content, a lot of content. There's already a lot of content right now. I don't want to go into the big reveal just in case you haven't seen it yet. I'm going to also upload this video at 12:30, but we're going to return back to the 5:30 upload schedule starting on Saturday. That way I can maybe get this out a little bit sooner. Maybe some more people can actually see the news from my channel. But that is huge. Now that, again, it has been pretty much confirmed. So, again, there were some characters that we have in limbo, some events that we have in limbo, like free-to-play characters, story mode events, summonable characters, a couple of EZAs I think we're missing in sub-EZAs. So knowing that by January 1st, So literally just a little over 4 months from now, we will have everything in the game be completely caught up. So it may be a little bit more stressful as a global player to be able to do everything, because we're just going to be bombarded with Tanabata stuff. We're going to be bombarded with the worldwide download celebration stuff, the like New Year's stuff. All of this stuff is just going to be really thrown at us. And I think it'll probably be really crazy up until October, because October is normally a very slow time for the JP version. So maybe they could wait on some of these things to drop them in October, so maybe JP could have a little bit of a duller time, and that means we wouldn't be as stressed. But they said at the start of the unification, so my assumption is they're going to try to like cram as much as humanly possible during the worldwide download celebration and in between the worldwide download celebration.
For the parts of the schedules that will be unified. However, now we'll talk about the parts that cannot be unified.
The abilities of some characters differ between the two versions, and so we'll explain how we'll proceed in such cases. For characters whose rarity, type, or link skills are different than the Japanese version, we'll keep them as they are now. First, due to various circumstances,
I didn't catch this
there
part.
may be cases where part of the campaign missions and daily missions are different between the Japanese and international versions, such as titles, content, or the event periods.
Interesting.
However, we'll make sure that the obtainable rewards will not be...
Okay, that's good.
Start and or end dates of events and or summons may differ between the Japanese and international versions due to time zones and other circumstances.
Okay, that's not a huge
We're doing
deal.
our best to avoid an excessive difference as much as possible, but we kindly ask for your understanding.
That might be kind of good, actually, because it would suck if, like as a global player, most of the time banners and a lot of events will go live between like 2:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. So that is kind of rough having to stay up that late to be able to do some of the things on their initial release. I know that's like a completely reasonable time over in Japan. So if they could maybe move some of the time zones so that, although I don't know if that would be fair to like JP players in the States or the JP players in Europe or anywhere else. I don't know if that would be fair to them, but I don't know. I think that's good. Although them ending at different days, I'm hoping they're meaning like it would be just a day ahead in Japan, and like it would still end on the same day, just not the same calendar day, like they would be around for the same amount of time. I don't know why it would be anything other than that. Like I can't imagine like a banner lasting 2 more days on the JP version. I could see it like again being out for the same period of time, but just because, you know, we're on a globe, we spin or we rotate or whatever. Having it be the same amount of cumulative time, it's just they would end a day before us, because again, they're a whole calendar day ahead of us, depending on what time zone you're in. I feel like that would make the most amount of sense.
Regarding Dragonstone discounts and packs, since regulations vary between countries, they will not be unified, and the content sold between the two versions will be different as well. Next, about the summon system. Until now, since the characters were showing up after their appearance in the Japanese version, we have been using a summon system with slightly different features from the Japanese version in order to make our users enjoy an international version exclusive experience.
He's talking about like tickets and discount summons.
Appearing at the same time after the unification of operation schedules. Both versions will get the unified new summon system. We are currently in the final phase of making adjustments to this summon system. So please stay tuned for future announcements.
Alright, hopefully that just means both versions will get the same discounts and the same tickets. I can't see them, like, fundamentally changing the system. Like, I don't think that would be a smart thing to do. I think it would just be give both versions the same amount of respect on the banners, giving them both the same ability, where if you buy 3, you get 1 free, or you get the ticket so you can do ticket multis. It is a bit of a bummer about, like, the different region locks and the different laws about what they're able to sell you in a gacha game. I mean, it's a gacha game, so I understand that, like, gambling laws probably interfere, because obviously gachas don't want to, like, be targeted as, like, gambling, because then their whole player base, like in the States, if like gachas like this or if Pokemon cards were considered like actual gambling or whatever, a huge portion of the player base wouldn't actually still be able to do anything. So I can understand maybe there's like some stricter laws in certain areas about what is and what isn't classified, although I don't understand what in the store would stop them from being able to buy in-game currency and buy in-game items like the tickets, or not like tickets you're not able to buy on the JP version. You're not able to buy, I think you're able to buy the keys, the link level keys, but like the thing where you buy stones for multiple days and you get them every single day, I don't think that has ever been on the JP version, and I don't understand why, because that's not like a gambling thing. You would just spend a flat rate amount of money, and then over a period of time, you would get your dividends instead of giving them all at once, but again, there might be just some weird, wacky laws that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm not acting like I'm an expert on this, so that is a little bit of a shame, but at the end of the day, if the banners are exactly the same on both versions, now it would suck if Global lost the ability to have the buy 3 get 1 frees or the discounts or whatever. I think ultimately just give both versions better rates, because that's going to lead to less negativity as a whole throughout the community. And like that means that it's going to blow up, in my opinion, on the JP player base, because like it's always reaching, you know, top grossing or whatever. People are wanting to spend money on these games, so giving them the potential to get more dupes and characters, I think that's just going to incentivize people to summon more, because yeah, you could have a 55% Roshi, but now that you have these buy 3 get 1, or you have these tickets, that might influence you to buy even more stones, to spend even more stones, so that you can get multiple dupes into a Roshi, who is a character who's kind of dependent on the dupe system. So I feel like that'll probably be a good change, but
about the unification,
hopefully they don't fuck that
at a
up.
later date, so make sure to check them.
For those who have been waiting eagerly for the unification, it has finally arrived.
Yeah!
Again, the unification of the operation schedules will begin with the upcoming worldwide
So that's
campaign.
like the end of August,
The
first week
worldwide
of
campaign,
September.
We are looking forward to when all players from around the world will be able to have fun together at the same time.
Which I think was a great
We'll be
decision to do the
continuing
worldwide
to
for have it to
add
be
much more
the
exciting
unification
stuff in
time
the future.
slot.
So please continue to enjoy Dokkan Battle.
That's all for the info on the unification of operation schedules. But we still have more to share today, right?
Right. We will now reveal the new character arriving in early
Y'all ready to see some crazy
For
shit
the unification of operation schedules, new character will be arriving
that I don't think
in
anyone was expecting?
which already arriving in Japanese version, right?
Yes, this means that, unlike the usual anniversary campaigns, another campaign will be held at the same time as the 9th anniversary campaign. And now, let's see the new character. Check this out.
Dude. Who was expecting this? This is such a huge dub, getting Tech MUI. So if you didn't catch what he said, it's a little bit confusing how they worded it. So it's another campaign. So this isn't an EX Part 3, but assumedly either later tonight, what is tonight? Tonight's the 2nd. So either later tonight or maybe on Monday the 5th, we will be getting Tech MUI. And that means, so essentially what's going to happen is that the worldwide, or the 9th anniversary is probably going to end right around, when do I want to say it's going to end? Like officially end, like the banners will go away, all the easy stuff will go away, will probably be on the 9th or on the 12th, coinciding with Topo. So what could potentially happen is that we could get Tech MUI tonight, and then Topo celebration is going to happen at the exact same time, because Topo was already leaked in the Apple Store. So we know that we're getting Topo as our next DFE, but this was a complete, like, out of left field. This is a fantastic decision, because what this can do is this can lead into the start of the Tanabata celebration, right? So we can get, we're already getting the Easy A's for the Tanabata on the 8th, so by just getting the banner, we could get the new Supreme Magnificent Spectacles, we could get the free-to-play Easy A's, we could get the free-to-play hit, we could get the start of the Supreme Magnificent Spectacles, everything else, all the missions. Then that could lead into Topo, because Topo is a pretty dry celebration. So again, for a week, there's really not going to be anything but Topo. Then on like the 19th or the, it could be as late as the 23rd, but I would lean more likely into the 19th. There is still a chance we could get Jiren. And then starting on the 29th through like the 3rd, I guess, worldwide would start. So that would be a very busy month for us global players, but that means the only characters who would still be left in limbo would be Cell Max, Master Roshi, and the Peppy Gal banner. Because the Peppy Gal banner, I would assume, would drop on the 19th, and there's a chance we still could just get the Peppy Gal banner instead of Jiren, and then Jiren would be floating in limbo. But I feel like it makes so much sense having, like, Tanabata was so targeted towards Universal Survival Saga, having a DFE who is, you know, God Topo, having Jiren be his part 2, and then getting another campaign, again, probably tonight, if I had to guess. I don't think that he would come out on the 8th. He hasn't been there, like, there isn't a data download or anything for him. As we can see here, all these characters are already in the data for the game, but Tech MUI, he is not. Same thing with, like, Jiren, so that's where some of the speculation is coming in from. But, like, if he drops tonight, we could get all of these, so all the way from Fitbu to Dispo. We could get all of them within a week. And then we could get, you know, Topo Celebration, looking at Topo, who's on the 2nd page. Yeah, we could get Topo, his side banner unit, and then the sub-EZAs, and that would be a week. And then after that, we could have Jiren, and then the final stages of Supreme Magnificent Spectacle, including the fights like Goku and Frieza, and all of that. That would be a lot of content to get. That would be a lot of stuff to do, but that would be probably the best case scenario leading us up into the sync. And then again, during like October, that's when we could get Roshi, and we could get Cell Max. And then going into November, we could essentially be caught up. That would be best case scenario, but I don't think a lot of people really expected getting this. But this is probably the massive are the most massive global W we have gotten in a long time. I would say that this makes up for what happened with the banners. So I know some people are like, oh, Global Chef, you know, Beast, whatever. I feel like, again, it was a little bit misleading. You can say whatever you want to say about that. But getting this character when we are, with so much content being flooded around them, I would say that you could even summon 4-Tech MUI, and there's going to be so much content, so many EZAs, so many free-to-play events, so many free-to-play EZAs, side banner EZAs, sub EZAs, everything. There's going to be so much new stuff you can do, so many new missions, that I think if you actually summon 4-Tech MUI and you spend less than 1,000 stones or whatever, there's a chance you'll be getting a lot of stones back going into Worldwide. Now, you can say that this is a downside because this is just going to be something that is going to make us, you know, because like Tech MUI, like his base form is kind of, you know, it's something. Like his base form is good, and then when he's transformed while his domain is activated, he's probably the most dominant character in the game. But his domain is only for 3 turns, but being able to nullify the attack all mechanic is quite huge. And that makes, like, every dodging unit in the game a billion times better, especially since so many difficult content stages that came out during the Tanabata celebration actually nullify dodge canceling. So I could see you maybe wanting to summon for him, but again, at the time that we're at, having, like, such hype right before the biggest celebration of the year is potentially quite problematic. So we're going to just kind of skip through this. We all kind of are familiar with what he does. His voice acting, by the way, is phenomenal. Especially on the transformation. Where is his transformation? Come on. Oh, here we go. That's just such a good guttural scream. And then there's not much else outside of that. Like, obviously, we are now hearing that we're getting Tech and UI. They're just kind of going over his details. They don't say when he is going to drop, but seeing as it is coinciding with the ending of the 9th anniversary, my prediction, again, would be either literally tonight, the day that you guys are watching this, tonight, we'll get a day to download, and then he'll be live in the game, or we could see him on the 5th. And then, again, it's pretty much confirmed we'll be at Topo on the 12th. We're already getting the Tanabata EZAs on the 8th. So this is huge, huge, huge. Again, major, major, major global dub. This is amazing. It's like, I am ecstatic. Again, I'm so happy that this is what's happening. I would be surprised if people feel negatively towards this. They're like, because the Tanabata unit is also one of the units who takes forever to return for JP players. Like, they don't return until the Worldwide Download Celebration, if I'm not wrong. They take over a year. So this would probably be your one and only opportunity to summon for the character, because once we get the, like, global sync, looking at this calendar, it won't be until June, or no, it'll literally be a full calendar year before you will be able to get Tech MUI again. So I feel like if you want to summon for him, you're not foolish. Like, these characters that we'll be getting during the Worldwide, they will return at the start of January. They'll return on one of the banners, or both of the Carnival banners, or not the Carnival banners, the DFE banners for the 10th anniversary. So, I mean, I don't think you're crazy if you don't summon here, because these characters will return in just 5 months, basically. So there's not a huge turnaround on these characters. So even if these are definitively number 1 and 2 in the game, with MUI, with Beast, and with a lot of other characters that we have access to that we've had throughout the rest of this year, maybe outside of missions, I don't think that you should struggle too much, because if you do struggle without these units, that's a problem, because that means, like, there's just been so much power creep. The power creep from January till now is already insane, so we had yet even more power creep going into, like, December and starting off the next year. That's not good, because that just means so many other units are just going to get power crept out. That's not very, very, very good. So I mean, yes, the game is going to get more difficult, but I don't think Beast is going to be called a fraud, because we have characters like Beast, we have MUI, we have SSBE, we have 17 and Golden Frieza. Like, we have so many powerful and competent units on the superclass side, and then, I mean, super bosses, I mean, it's kind of it's in an alright spot. I mean, Peppy Gals right now is about to be, like, a meta-relevant team, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, but I definitely do think that, like, Worldwide will have some of the better characters of the year. So I don't think you're crazy if you choose not to summon for Worldwide. You might be a little bit crazy if you don't dump a couple of stones into this. I also imagine this would have quite good discounts, because, again, they're having to compete with Topo and potentially Jiren. So we're going to have 3 banners, potentially, all within 1 week, right after the biggest celebration ever with Beast Gohan. So yeah, our wallets are going to be hurting for sure. So that's why I'm hoping maybe we'll get some decent tickets or some decent stone discounts or some discounted banners or whatever. But yeah, that's the news. Things to look forward to. This guy will be dropping in the game very, very soon. Massive global dub, and it has now been confirmed that at the end of August, early September, whenever the worldwide download celebration actually comes into the game, the unification will be permanent. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm very excited for this, and I'm very excited to see what you all have to say about this. Let me know, will you be summoning for Tekken UI? Will you be saving your stones for whatever? 26 on trending, dude. What the hell? Dokkan players rise up? Can we get this even higher? Can we get this by the time this video goes live? Can we get this to the 10? Can we get this to number 10 on trending? Let's see. But yeah. That'll be all for this time, guys. I've been the Super27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming PNG tuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube, the links to which can all be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share me around, and leave me a comment, positive, negative, or indifferent. I would love just any sort of interaction I can get from y'all. But that'll be all for now. So, as always, I've been the Super27, and I am signing off.